Hi Libras, this is your end of the month reading from April the 16th to the 30th. I hope everyone is having a good week. If this resonates with you, please like, subscribe, share, comment. If it doesn't, check your moon and rising, because you could be in that energy as well. All right, so let's pull some cards for you here. Okay. All right, Libra, just give me a second just to feel the cards out. The first card that we have here is the Six of Cups in reverse. And the Six of Cups in reverse is kind of all about being stuck in the past, being connected to energies of the past, not really living in the present, because we are kind of maybe repeating cycles of the past or repeating energy within ourselves. Something maybe that we have learned here that is kind of continuing on, if that makes sense there. So whatever this kind of Six of Cups is here, it's feeling like an energy that we've maybe been holding on to. And that energy here is in the Six of Pentacles reverse, which is this energy of feeling like we have to fend for ourselves, feeling like, you know, we are the lone wolf, that no one is here to kind of help us, that no one is here to care for us, that we have to do everything by ourselves. You don't get any help at all. You know, it's just this energy of kind of self, right? It's just like, well, I have to do everything for myself, or I'm going to do everything for myself here. But it's interesting because that kind of energy that I'm feeling that is kind of like stuck in the past, I'm getting in what they're telling me right now, Libra, is there's going to be this big spurt of connection with other people that is almost kind of going to break you out of this cycle. It's feeling like people are going to be really important. It's this stuck in the past that we have to do everything by ourselves, that we are the only ones that can help us. We are the only ones that can solve our own problem here. Yes, independence is good, but it's just feeling like, again, you're kind of cutting yourself off to other people here, or other people that can help, right? It takes a village to raise a child, and think of that as yourself as well. It takes people. It takes, you know, connecting with people, groups of people. Yes, it's great to be independent, but you know, find the ones and find the people that kind of look out for you and love you and care for you here, and open yourself up to that. Because the card right after is a little bit of overindulgence here, and kind of not being so this could be partying too much, this could be overindulgence, any kind of thing, money, overindulgence in time, overindulgence in energy. It just means we're not kind of sitting good and emotionally, a place of emotion right now, because it is kind of feeling like we're overdoing it a little bit too much. And it has to do with, again, this fact that we feel like we have to fix everything, or we feel like that we have to conquer everything in a day, that we are kind of our lone wolf. So if we want anything done, we have to get it done now, because no one else can kind of help us. It all kind of stems from this kind of energy that's flowing here. And I think that's what it is. It's like this emotional instability kind of the past, of being like, people aren't, there aren't good people, or there are people here that can't help me, or want to help me, or take care of me. Like, everyone's kind of against me in a weird way. And there's this strange tie to that, Libra. There's just this weird kind of energy towards that. It does seem like it is getting better with this Wheel of Fortune coming out. It means things are going to move in your favor for yourself here. So I think whatever the situation is, I see it maybe moving away, whichever that we're kind of stuck in this past. And I think you're going to open yourself up to, it's feeling like, I don't have the other cards yet because I only pulled 4 cards, but the energy that I'm feeling right now is feeling like you're going to see how your connections are super impactful in your life coming up, even maybe in these 2 weeks as well, because things are going to start to spin in your favor for you. And I think you maybe start meeting the right people. Ace of Cups, yeah, this new emotional beginning. I just saw kind of this image of peeling away. It's almost like peeling that old kind of layer off, whatever this kind of top row layer is for you. This layer of, it's it's almost like this layer of hurt, and I can feel the hurt right now, and I'm emotionally feeling it strongly, and it's almost like that hurt, it's almost like that barrier we put up for ourselves because we don't want to be that hurt kind of person again, or we don't want to be your hurt child. So if we just stick to ourselves here, you know, if we only open ourselves up to ourselves, I'm actually getting really emotional right now, we won't get hurt. But it's like that essence of a scared child. You don't get to see the light because you're always putting out that, you know, people will hurt me, or you know, no one's here for me, and you're kind of putting out that energy. So I almost see you kind of like ripping off this kind of old habit, or ripping off this kind of old skin here, and having this really new emotional kind of renewal here with this Ace of Cups. It's like this new emotional beginning for you. Maybe you are just getting a little bit more emotional. Maybe you're opening up to your emotions a little bit more. Ace of Pentacles can be a new relationship as well. So some of you might be having a new relationship on the way, but I just feel this new kind of sense of self kind of coming from you in these 2 weeks. Interesting. Maybe it has to do with, I mean, we're also having kind of eclipse coming up as well, so I'm wondering if that eclipse has something to do with it for the Libra rising, because it's in your kind of relationships. How's your relationships? Okay, so we have the Five of Swords coming up, which is kind of like complications, defeat, war in a way, tired of fighting kind of energy popping out here. With the Two of Pentacles, there might be some kind of jobs you're deciding on, or kind of deciding what kind of avenue to take, or what value to take here, where it's just seeming like you're kind of tired of struggle, or tired of this kind of constant battle energy. So you might be weighing two options for maybe jobs, or for a money situation. Maybe you're deciding between selling something or buying something new here. You know, you're trying to see what kind of the best option for yourself is. Moving towards one job or another is the kind of all what the Two of Pentacles is all about. It's all about kind of finding that balance, and you're like, what do I need kind of in my life here to have this kind of financial balance? You know, what can I do to feel like I am feeling rewarded to life, but also be able to survive and have stability? It's kind of like weighing those kind of two options that are popping up for you here. The World is also coming up in reversed, which means we're continuing a cycle and we're not closing a chapter here. So again, there is this kind of, I mean, the Wheel of Fortune is out, and in the World, there's just like this idea of this kind of cycle here that we're kind of stuck in again, stuck in that past energy, stuck in this world energy here. It's just something that's not completing itself, or a cycle in our life that's not kind of completing ourself here. So maybe they're going to spend some time this week kind of looking in that, deciding what kind of you want for yourself coming up. What are you tired of constantly kind of doing? You know, if you're like, oh, my life, this is the same theme that always happens. You know, this is the same cycle that I'm stuck in. You're kind of going to be like, okay, well, what can I do to kind of change the cycle or end the cycle here for myself? The Emperor is popping out, which is Aries energy, but also it represents here control. And so you might be dealing with an Aries. Maybe this is a round and around situation you are having with an Aries, but it feels like more of like control. It's like, okay, so what can I do to change differently, or do something differently here? The Emperor knows that they're always making the best decision for them. They're in control. They have their power. It's like a really big card of kind of power. If it's in reverse, it means it's too controlling, but the sense that it's upright here, it feels like we do have the power to change whatever cycle this is for ourselves here. You know, you do have the power, so trust that you do. They just want me to meditate that you do as well. If they find some meditations on here that are about raising kind of personal power, or kind of vibrational that way, find those, because that was just kind of, they just told me about to meditate on that, about finding that kind of personal power. And that's kind of taking control of the situations here. The Emperor is all about kind of taking the reins, right? It's kind of the image I always get with it. Three of Wands, yeah, new things are on the way for you. So we don't need to kind of stress out here if things kind of again, if you feel like you're just going to continue on this loop, whatever it is, there's new opportunities, new things on the way for you coming in. So trust that you are kind of breaking this cycle. Trust that good things are on the way for you, especially when you're kind of working on breaking those old chains, when you're working on kind of, you're opening up to your emotion a little bit more, opening up to other people as well. And there's new things. I kind of want to see what this new thing's on the way. Cancer energy, Chariot reversed. If it is about finances here, there is going to be a new solution coming out for you, because we have the Chariot in reverse is kind of like not moving forward or stuck energy. Because we have the Queen of Pentacles coming out here, it's kind of focusing on what we want to build or focusing on our finances here. So if we were ever felt like we were stuck in a situation here, we're not. It's all about kind of what we're kind of building for ourselves. So Chariot in reverse is just saying this is kind of a momentary time of pause needed so that we can just kind of regroup or replan or kind of release almost like this old self that we are having here. And then we'll kind of move forward for our finances here. So I feel like there's a stability coming in for you here. It might not be coming in as fast as you kind of want it to, but I want you to kind of play the long game in this situation here. You know, everything doesn't have to be figured out in a day, Libra. Yeah. Getting some cards here, pulling it. They really want to stress here. We have the Four of Swords reversed, we have the Page of Cups reversed, and we have the Three of Wands reversed. They're really stressing that things were kind of put on halt, or things weren't coming in pretty fast for you because there was needed this time to need to heal from something. Heal from whatever this maybe Page of Cups is, maybe an old relationship for some of you, or just kind of heal our emotional self in some kind of capacity here. And that's why things have been stagnant. It's not been stagnant because you haven't been, that the universe hasn't been working for you, or stagnant because of your effort here, but it's almost like it's been on pause for a specific reason. And that's the reason I strongly think is because we're shedding this old self, we're shedding this old idea that, you know, we have to do everything for ourselves, that we're the only ones that are kind of constantly working for us. Call in the universe for support, call in your angels, call in your friends on the earth plane. You know, you don't have to do this all yourself. And the Tower in reverse is saying here that Tower in reverse is all about seeing the crack in the foundation, or seeing something and fixing it before it kind of comes crashing down, or this big change happens. It's about making a little adjustment that's going to go kind of a long way for you here. And I think maybe that little adjustment has to do with this idea of downtime, or a space where things aren't really changing or moving faster here, as not moving forward, because it gives you that time and that space to kind of work on yourself and work on this energy, and have that time to kind of just sit with yourself and kind of think here, Libra. Just have some time to just be by yourself and see what you want to grow, see what you want to change, see what's not working for you anymore. And that time is kind of pivotal for your whole kind of for your life here, because it just gives yourself the time to just slow down and have a moment to just kind of think about things and explore options here. Again, with the Wheel of Fortune coming up with the Three of Wands, opportunities are on the way for you, so you don't have to stress about that here. You just need to kind of get out of this old space that that people aren't here to help you, or people don't kind of care about you in some way, that things won't come easily to you, or that you have to kind of do everything yourself. And I'm a Libra rising. I'm honestly feeling that right now too. It's like I have to kind of reprogram and kind of change my way of thinking here, where I'm constantly just like, well, this isn't here yet, so it's not coming in for me, or it's not going to work out, you know, because it's not coming fast enough. But how do I know? The universe is maybe doing stuff, you know, behind the scenes. I can't see every aspect of my life here. I can't see if people are thinking about me for a new job or anything like that, right? So you just kind of gotta take a little bit of a chill pill here. It's so, oh my god, it's so funny too. I was like pulling these cards, and I've been getting kind of the same cards recently, and I was like, there's some cards in this kind of deck that I don't get that often. And I was thinking that while I was kind of shuffling the cards, and then this is a card that I have not had in a really long time. So I'm going to read it out for you here. We have the Cosmic Heart, devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. When we surrender to a state of devotion, you find yourself flowing with all life. You're being called to refocus your attention deep within, the intelligence of your own heart, and bow with a deep reverence to your inner temple, to live your life in devotion to this place, to make your life one big moving prayer. Perhaps you felt a little bit off kilter lately, sensing the potency of why you're doing things has gotten a little watered down or weak. Perhaps that you've forgotten that you made what made you start doing them in the first place. If so, this is a call to take a moment to reconnect to the truth at the very center of your heart, to get back to the essence of what you're about, to devote your life to what you care most about, to turn your gaze deep, 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 deep. There are seasons for harvesting and seasons for sowing. Right now, you're being called to plant your soul seeds and sing them to deep devotion, to feed them with the sweetest waters of your own soul, to lose yourself in the potency of what it is that most expands your heart, to live your life according to what makes you feel alive rather than to what everyone else thinks, to make your life one big moving prayer. And I think this is kind of what you are deciding between here. Maybe these two avenues, these two different things to kind of go on here. You know, what makes you feel the most alive, what makes you feel the most happy, which makes you feel here that you're cared for or cared about as well. I love that. And I think that this kind of new devotion, or this new kind of idea that things are kind of going to work out for us, or that we have help or we have support, is what this Ace of Cups is all about in this reading. You also got the third chakra, Archangel Camille. And this is what I was talking about, personal power. It's all about our third chakra here. You know, emotions of desire, life force energy. The powerful Archangel Camille is holding a beautiful sphere of golden light at your solar plexus, which is the location of your third chakra and the center of your life force energy. The issues here revolve around emotions of desire in your personal energy. When this card appears upright, it indicates that an increased enthusiasm is present or soon to be on its way. This is a great time to move forward with the completion of your desires. Your life force is vibrating with power and resonance. Your soul is calling you to direct your energy in a focused, purposeful manner. This angel of power is here with you now, so go for it. That's what I was talking about with this whole Emperor reading, right? Is this we're coming into kind of our own personal power here, our own power to kind of change circumstances for ourselves, Libra. Honestly, I love this read for you. I think this is really strong. I think this is really great. I can't wait to kind of meet the new self that you're doing here, Libra. So this was your end of the month reading. I hope it helped.